Hello and welcome to another edition of Insight, the Greater Cleveland Partnership feature that focuses upon areas of interest to the greater Cleveland business community. I'm Steve Leutner, and joining me is Joe Calabrese, CEO and General Manager for the Greater Cleveland Regional Transit Authority. Hi, Joe.
Steve, great to be here. Thank you.
Joe, we're going to be talking about some looming budget issues that are facing the RTA, but first of all, tell me a little bit about the significance of the RTA and what it means for Cleveland.
Well, for about 200,000 people a day, we provide access to work, to school, and to healthcare. We really connect some important dots in Northeast Ohio. It's a very important system. About half of our customers use us because they want to. They want a less expensive ride to work, or they use us for a lifestyle choice. And we're seeing more and more of that, especially among the millennials who want to live in an area where there's transportation choices, really important to them. The other 50% of our customers use us because they have to. They have no choice. We are their car. We are their wheels. Without RTA, they could not get to work. They could not get to school. They could not get to health care. So very, very important to their quality of life that we have a robust system here that's well-funded and reliable and again, connects the dots for them in their life.
Ohio has historically not been a big supplier of funding for mass transit systems. Is that right?
That's correct. The state really has had a philosophy in the past that we do highways in Columbus. If you want public transit, it's more of a local issue. The voters in Northeast Ohio created RTA in 1974. They pledged a piece of the sales tax towards its operation. We have a good system. Every day I hear people want us to grow and get bigger, but that really has not been possible. But it's a good, robust system that serves a lot of needs, not just for local residents, but also for tourism as well. A really important component of bringing things to Cleveland, like the RNC, the senior games, the gay games, the NCAA tournament, things like that. You really need a robust public transit system to support it as part of the infrastructure.
RTA was already facing some financial pressures. You dealt with that, fare increases coming, is that right?
Yeah, we wanted to be stable. Like most good businesses, we look at our budget, look at a few years out. We knew we needed some adjustments, hadn't raised the fares in 7 years, and I went through 16 public meetings. The board did decide in June to do a two-step fare increase, increase 25 cents this year, increase 25 cents again in 2018 to give us some good stability. We felt really good about the future. And then this looming issue came down about sales tax loss about 2 weeks after the board voted on the fare increase. So that is now our issue of note.
So while the state itself isn't known to be a big funder of mass transit, your sales tax is your lifeblood. I mean, you depend upon that. And the significance of this is, and help me with this a little bit, Medicaid providers will no longer have to pay sales tax. What does that mean? What will that mean for RTA and the rest of the state?
Yeah, the state kind of sets what the base of the sales tax is calculated upon. One of the things in 2009 that was added to the base of the sales tax was Medicaid provided health care. Medicaid came out recently and said they would no longer pay sales tax on that portion of sales tax, which is a major impact. So that what is the impact financially? That impact financially is about $500 million for the state of Ohio, $200 million for the counties in the state, and $18 million for RTA.
And when would this take effect?
This would take effect in mid-2017 at the end of the current state budget.
So if nothing was done to repair this or assist this, what would that mean for RTA if you had to absorb all that?
Yeah, it would mean, I think the state would have to come up with some issues because of a $500 million loss. The county losing $200 million. The counties, they would certainly have to reduce funding to other services. But to us specifically, that would mean about a 10% cut in our services, layoff of employees. But most importantly, people who rely on us to get to critical services today will not be able to do so in the future.
You recently went to Columbus and talked to some high-ranking state officials about this. What was your takeaway from that?
Well, we wanted to be sure that they understood what the impact would be on public transit and RTA. We came away somewhat positive that they understand what the issues are, that they're looking at a solution not just to solve the state's problem, but also the state's, the counties, and the transit systems problem. But we're a long way from a solution. The governor would have to certainly approve a plan. The legislature would have to adopt a plan. That likely won't happen until next May or June. So there's some time. I think we need to keep articulating how important this is and be hopeful it will get solved.
Well, I know it's on the Greater Cleveland Partnership's radar, a very important issue with implications for the RTA. Thanks very much, Joe.
Thank you, Steve.
And thanks for watching another edition of Insight. In the weeks and months to come, we'll be examining more issues of importance to the Greater Cleveland business community.